at Manchester Theatres. It is my pleasure to be joined by Manchester's very own Matt Milburn, who is currently touring with The Bodyguard, coming to the Palace Theatre Manchester. Bit of branding.
Yeah.
It's going to the Palace Theatre Manchester from the 19th of January. Now, of course, we all know and love Matt from playing Tommy Orpington in Coronation Street, but you've probably also seen him in Hollyoaks, Emmerdale, Brassic, Doctors, or you might have seen him on stage in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and one of my favourites, To Kill a Mockingbird. But today, it's all about him bringing The Bodyguard to Manchester.
Yay.
Well, thank you for joining me. I did a fist pump then.
I know, it's good. Welcome. I think it's a good start. It's a way to kick things off. Yeah.
So
No, you're very welcome. Yeah, it's good to see you.
Yeah, are you looking forward to bringing it to a Manchester audience?
You know what? I absolutely can't wait. It's like on so many levels. I'm excited. I performed in Manchester before at the Opera House, which was mega. Anytime you sort of get the chance to go back home is. Well, I live in London now, so to go back home and work is like, it's dreams come true sort of stuff. But to now know that we're doing the Palace is the other one to tick off my list is mega. Yeah, so super excited. Get to spend time with family and obviously all friends that are based up there. We'll get to see it, and yeah, mega excited.
Yeah. So I always think, right, The Bodyguard is everyone knows the story because for me, it's like a core memory. It's like my time growing up.
Yeah.
I think actually all that does is just age me and kind of knocks out a whole new generation coming up who might know the music but might not know the film. So just give us a little synopsis of what it's about.
Yeah, well, it's a kind of I suppose it's sort of the overall, it's like it's a romantic film, I suppose. But there's everything in it. There's emotion. It's a bit of a thriller. Essentially, Whitney Houston played the main character of Rachel. She's almost sort of it's like sort of playing herself. She's a top superstar singer. She's been getting these sort of threats and needs some protection. And then the bodyguard character comes in, Frank Farmer comes in and looks after her. And during the course of this working relationship, it sort of escalates into a bit of a personal relationship. And it's all the sort of trials and tribulations along the way. But yeah, it's got a bit of everything. Thriller, romance, great music. And yeah, it's perfect for the stage as well because everything.
And you play Sy Spector,
Yeah,
who
I do.
I wonder, is he a publicist, manager? How would you describe him?
Yeah, I think he's down as a publicist. Martin Kemp played him in the original film. He sort of played him with an English accent, but I'm doing with my Sy's got an American accent, which is great for me because it's quite sort of. I've not really had much opportunity in the past to do American before, especially on stage. So yeah, it's been fun. I'm really enjoying it, and it's great for me because he's the one character within the show where I sort of get a little bit of scope for play in terms of a lot of the other characters. It's sort of they have to stay on a sort of line, I suppose, whereas I can sort of tiptoe across the line here and there, which is fun for me, and it's a fun part to play. So yeah.
Yeah, well, it is because when you think of The Bodyguard, everyone kind of thinks of the stalker as the villain of the piece. But I mean, your character's got his moments, hasn't he? He's not above throwing Rachel under the bus if it helps him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a definite selfish streak there, driven predominantly by money, I suppose. I sort of, in the backstory in my mind is that he potentially might have been a performer himself once before as well. So there's there's the little bits of jealousy that maybe creep into certain circumstances and situations. But yeah, I think it's always fun when you're playing a character that's got a little bit of a dark edge. I think ultimately he does love her and look at and want the very best for her. But I think if he can gain from that himself as well, then all the better.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I love about the show, like you've touched on it, it's got a little bit of everything. And with the stuff, I'm not going to give anything away, but the way it's done in the show is phenomenal. And there's moments where you're like, where did he even come from?
Yeah.
And moments like in the second half where you kind of placed in the position that Rachel would feel.
Yeah.
As he kind of hones on the audience a little bit. And so there's that complete fear factor. But then on the opposite end of that, you've got these concert moments where you're just like, it's
Yeah.
like, it's, and you never know when any of them are coming, dear. So you're
No,
constantly on your toes.
it's real fun because obviously we've sort of been playing it at home and abroad, and there are real genuine jump out, jump
Yeah.
seat sort of moments, and it's never failed on any single show at this particular point. So now, obviously, because we're used to it and we sort of know these when these particular moments might be, it's really fun because like it's literally never failed whether we've been at home or abroad to get the right reaction. But yeah, you're right. There's that kind of I when we sort of started rehearsals, I was almost like a fan myself, because I'm not a huge singer. I can sort of hold my own, but the girls in this
Yeah.
can really sing. And you're watching the rehearsals grow from them sort of just testing the water a little bit in the initial stages to then when they're absolutely belting it out full blast, and you're just like, this is and just like a fan really, and that's never worn off, which I think is testament to them as well. And some of the ballads that obviously Whitney's got the whole catalogue and the whole range of music, but I think some of the ballads as well that you wouldn't automatically first think of when you think of Whitney.
Yeah.
So the choice of song as well is great. And like you said and rightly said, it sort of feels like you're at a concert, which is mega. So yeah, it's lucky to be in it. It's really
It
good.
does. It has a bit of everything. And it
Yeah,
also, I think it's really clever the way that it kind of looks at celebrity. So obviously you've got this character of Rachel who's this big celebrity, and the kind of, yes, the highs and the joys of that, but the losses that it brings,
yeah,
that who can you actually ever really trust anyone around you? Are they in it for themselves? And
yeah,
just the loss of basic freedom that we take for granted every day, like just going to grab a coffee or whatever.
yeah. I think it's quite. It's not aged in that sense. The
No.
stuff, and I think it's really what's the word, prevalent to sort of like society now when you sort of look at some of the instances that's been in the news, that's been newsworthy over the sort of years, the last few years, and you see sort of celebrities struggling, I suppose, in those sort of high profile situations and dealing with the media and all of the what comes with that. So yeah, I think it's very current and works in where we are at this point in time as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And as well as all of that, like you've mentioned, we've got these two amazing singers like playing Rachel and Rachel's sister. And it's quite unusual for a musical that the majority of the songs fall on two characters
Yeah.
as opposed to an entire cast. It's yeah, it works. You don't kind of notice that. It's only when I was
Yeah.
sort of looking at it again and I was like, oh God, yeah. Yeah. So it's a bit of an unusual structure, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's why it's always worked in because obviously this isn't the sort of first time it's been done, but I think that's why people really love it because there is and it doesn't try to hide the fact that there's a definitive sort of contrast between the sort of acting scenes and the when there's about to be a musical number, and it sort of again fits because like you touched on again yourself as regards the sort of concert feel. Um, the sort of acting is very much the acting scenes, and then when there's a number, there's a definitive number. Whereas like in other sorts of shows, like the character might suddenly be talking, and all of a sudden be bursting stuff. It's not that,
No.
but I think that's what sets it aside, and that's why. But potentially, it sort of draws in an audience that might not necessarily go to
Mm.
another musical, and yeah, I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing, and it seems to work. And yeah, it means you don't have to hear my voice.
Well,
No, I'll have a go. I'll have a go.
you'll have a go. A
Yeah,
bit of warbling going on there.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I tell you what else sets this show aside, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh my! I've seen it. Well, I'll say every time I've seen it twice.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but it's the creatives, right from
Oh
the
yeah,
beginning with like the montage and then the
yeah,
backstory of the bodyguard, the digital effects, but then the smoke screen, like the,
yeah,
sorry, the dry ice.
yeah.
I don't want to, I want to say, but I don't want
Oh,
to.
some keep it
Oh,
all the way. No, I'm joking.
but I've
It's
never seen dry ice used in
yeah,
the way that it's used in this.
yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It's mega. It's like it is. It makes it sort of epic, and we've sort of. I don't always read reviews, but I was quite interested just to see how a foreign sort of audience and
Mm.
foreign reviews like would take in. Obviously, we've just been to Zurich. We're in Munich currently, and they were writing real comprehensive reviews, and rightly so. And it was lovely to sort of be able to share them with the tech side of the show,
Yeah.
because they don't always sort of get I don't feel they don't always sort of get the kudos that they should get when people write reviews. And these sort of reviews, when we've been in Europe, it's been so comprehensive and sort of touched on everything that you sort of mentioned there. The tech side of things, the execution of the tech stuff, um, the ensemble and the dancing and the choreography, and because we've got such an amazing group of dancers, and the show's such a full-on dance for them in terms of the numbers, the numbers that they do within the show, and the level of difficulty and the skill, and the dedication it takes to sort of be able to pull that off. Karen Brewster's choreography, she's one of the best in the business, and she's really, because she knows she's got a good team of dancers, it's like it makes it harder for them, because she's right. Okay, well, let's just push every boundary we can, and they've had some great mentions in numerous reviews, and rightly so, because they back the dancing so awesomely, if that's a word. Sorry,
It is
it's
now.
still quite early. I've just had a physio session, and my mind's a little bit all over the place. But yeah, it's the whole tech side, the sound. Everyone deserves a mention, because it
Yeah.
really is to create the feel of a concert, and this epic sort of overall sound and look. It needs all those people to be at the top of the game, and they really are.
It is. It's certainly a show that I've never seen a show like this, the way that it is all put together.
Okay. Yeah,
It is phenomenal.
yeah.
Um, so you're coming to us just at the start of the new year, 19th of
Yeah, it's the
February.
end of Jan. I think
Yeah,
it's, if I remember right, I think it's the 19th to the 31st or something,
yeah,
around those days.
yeah, it,
Last couple of
yeah.
weeks of Jan.
So if Sy had to make a New Year's resolution, then what do you think he'd do?
Oh, it'd probably be something awful like make more money than last year. That's the kind of character he is.
Yeah,
I'm not sure it'd sort of be of anything that would be deemed as good to anybody else, as in like I'm going to be better or be nicer. I'm pretty certain it'd be
yeah,
to trump his achievements of the previous year, which isn't
yeah.
necessarily a bad thing if you do it the
No?
right way. But yeah, I think it would be along a selfish strain.
Yeah. At least there's an honesty to it. You can't knock
Exactly, exactly.
it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for chatting with us today. It's
I've
honestly
loved
I
it.
really
Yeah, I've
enjoyed
really
it.
enjoyed it. It's nice to talk to a fellow Mancunian, and yeah,
Yay!
look forward to seeing you at the show.
Yes, definitely. I will be there.
Yeah,
And as we've said, it is there from the 19th of January at the Palace Theatre, Manchester. Come along and have a brilliant night out because it's
yeah.
fabulous.
Keep yourselves
Yeah.
down. Be good to see you
Thank
there.
you.